sure to tell me, which is true, that whenever I'm reiterating saying something, I got to get everything in there, because I did not mention that when I said that on even Culture United or the show, that I didn't reiterate the fact that that video had went down, and that was the biggest change in everything. When they shot that 100 video in Compton, because Top communicated that to Wack and Chuck, and I said that to both of them too. So it wasn't like the nigga ain't know. So, that was the thing.
Well, today on their show, Stacko came out and said, yo, I spoke at the game yesterday. He said, man, I had no idea Kendrick felt some...
Now, with that all being said, I can understand how when the game did 100 with Drake and brought Drake to Compton, or, Bompton, because they were in the Cedar Blocks, Kendrick could have taken that away. But at the same time, how does the relationship with Game affect his relationship with, Kendrick Lamar? I'm sorry, how does his relationship with Drake affect his relationship with Kendrick Lamar? The Game has made it abundantly clear that him and Drake are homies, and Drake has made it, abundantly clear that, he rocks with the Game. They're really close. They fuck with each other. So with that all being said, you see the situation, and you have Kendrick Lamar, at odds with him. Well, my question is the Game supposed to just not bring Drake to Compton, considering the fact that that's where he's from as well? Like, Kendrick isn't the only one from that, particular city. Like, how does this work? Like, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, what are the wills, what are the won'ts? You feel me? It seems like it's just a lot of broken promises. But y'all let me know, man. Like, I don't think that that's really fair to expect the Game to not have any type of dealings with Drake, and or bring Drake to his city as well because of the beef with Kendrick Lamar. So Game can't have Roscoe, or I'm saying Tams with Drake, or he can't go to that fire Louisiana that they got, the one that's with the shopping center, and it's some Chinese food in there, and it's across from the Tams. It's fire. I really enjoy that Louisiana every time. You know what I'm saying? I'll be over there. I'll make sure I get some of that Louisiana. But I digress. Y'all let me know where it starts and stops.
No way about that. And on top of that, the Game also confirmed to him that he has no beef with Kendrick.
The most impactful thing he said to me was he named a bunch of deceased rappers that we all know that we can no longer talk to. And he just was talking about how dangerous it gets. I think kind of like what Lupe said too. How dangerous it gets for certain situations, and he's outside, no security, just game. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the artist; it's always the different entourages. He said he loved Kendrick, so it's not even a thing. So that's another thing. I don't like people, and I know you got to get your views, and I feel it, but there's no beef between Kendrick and Game. He reiterated that to me on the phone, that he didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think
Kendrick felt the way.
I don't think that Game has a beef with Kendrick. I'm not sure why they froze Stacko at that picture, but I don't think that Kendrick Lamar and Game have a beef like that. That seems dumb.
About that, he reiterated it, but now he said in retrospect he could see and understand it. But guess what? This is the bomb. Just one of the bombshells I'm going to drop here today. But he said when Kendrick did Power. And this is what he said. When Kendrick did Power, and they knew that 50 Cent was his arch nemesis, he didn't feel away. He felt like he enjoyed it. So he's like, I didn't care that Kendrick did Power.
That is true. That is very, very true. That is very, very true.
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he said. Another thing that he wanted me to put out here, since I'm going down. The hoodie that he wore in the J-Rock video, the reason he zipped it up is because he got $10,000 to wear it. So that's why he was wearing that shirt. So everybody that held that grudge from him, he got paid money to wear the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't fuck.
How you mad at a nigga who got paid to wear the hoodie? Damn nigga, $10,000 to wear a hoodie in a video? Yeah, I would too. I would too. Y'all gonna have to just be mad at me.
With him lyrically. Just period. And he said niggas don't, all the motherfuckers, when people talk about lists and he not on the list, but he went up against Jay-Z. He went up against this one. He went up against that one, and he's still here. He's still here rapping, walking around, running his miles, living his life, lifting weights, living and breathing and eating good food. And I said, this was my rebuttal. I said, hey, well, the video shoot, he felt the way about that. He said, well, if I held grudges, like niggas held grudges against me, where would the West Coast be? He's like, there was a time where I was the only nigga out here. So if I was like that, when niggas was trying to do what they was doing, where would we be? Where would we all be?
Now, to be fair to the game, he's been saying this all along.
That is very, very true. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. The game has made way for the West Coast. He was out here, arguably by himself for a long time in 2005. I can't think of another West Coast artist but the Game.
In 2023, he said he didn't think Drake was taking shots at Kendrick on the record. Now, even though some people might feel like it's a cop-out, the Game is still sticking with it. However, the comparison of Kendrick being on Power with 50, who he had beef with, is absolutely insane. The Game and 50 squashed their beef in 2016. Kendrick didn't get on Power until July of 2018. And 50 Cent was not dissing the Game in that episode of Power. So it's not really the same situation as you bringing somebody that's my op, somebody that's dissing me on the record to shoot a video for it. And keep in mind,
Shig, I normally agree with you. I don't think I've ever disagreed with you, honestly. I think it's the first time I've ever disagreed with Shig this move. But Shig, I don't agree, bro. If it's an issue, it's an issue. If it's not, it's not. You feel me? Now we just going back and forth. Like, if it's an issue, it's an issue. If it's not, it's not. I don't agree, Shig. What's good for the goose got to be good for the gander.
Kendrick is playing a fictional character on Power. Man was playing a fucking crackhead on the show. Me personally, I think the fans will respect it if Game actually stood on his shit. Just come out and say, Kendrick, I don't fuck with you. Drake is my guy and that's who I'm rocking with. It just looks a little bit odd when you're trying to play the fans, but yet your actions say otherwise.
I got respect for Kendrick and everything he's doing. Right? The reason there's any type of little rift between me and Dot or Top, or if there is, if you thought there were, is because Drake is my friend. Can we all agree that Drake is pretty fucking huge? He's my friend. I got him on speed dial. If I call him and tell him that Cali, Justice, or Harlem want to come to the concert, he say, send him at 6. I'm going to be right there to receive him. You know I love him like I love him.
Listen, man, you guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of Game's response back to Top Dawg? Do you guys think the Game is capping? Is he trying to save face? Or is he being completely honest and genuine? Like this video, subscribe to my...
Now, I do want y'all to give Chicks Move a like, comment, subscribe, but I don't think that the Game cares. I genuinely don't think that he cares about this. I don't think that's something that's going to keep him up at night. I don't think that this is something that's going to be really too, deeply rooted into inner thoughts or anything past this moment. I think it's just a moment. I don't even think it's a moment in hip-hop. I think it's just a moment in messy media, for real. But with that all being said, we all messy. Anyway, red dots to the left, you know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We go.